guys. I don't have any new products to show you because I've been waiting for a good sale on some of the patterns that I've been interested in. So this is a unique video of things that I've just found over the last year when we had a pop-up outlet in my neighborhood during the holidays and along my Vera shopping excursions and so forth. So I just wanted to show you some, and they're older pieces. You won't find them in any brick and mortar store, and you may or may not find them in an outlet. But if you're interested, you could probably look on eBay for these pieces. I thought it was worthwhile showing you because I paid, I think, pennies, you know, in comparison to what you pay maybe $2 or $3 a piece for these at an outlet. And this one is a journal, and I think I've shown this to you in my videos before, but this was an anniversary journal because it has all the different patterns, and on the inside it'll tell you when the pattern, what the name of it was, and when it started and when it ran to. And that's very interesting for a Vera person that enjoys knowing about the history of the patterns and so forth. You can kind of see how they've evolved over the years from a time where I did not like it, where I thought it was the patterns were too old for myself. When I was in college, I didn't really care for them, and how they've really come up and moved away from that very traditional quilting to a little bit more exciting patterns, and then ones that are brighter and younger. So that's very interesting to see that evolution. So if you can ever find this little journal, just for that alone, is really nice. And it has the gold leafing sort of on the side. It has that gold on the side of the notes. And also what's interesting in here is you will find excerpts from Vera Bradley, which is the grandmother that the company was named for. And you'll see little excerpts from her journal. And that's, I love history, and especially personal history. Years ago I used to collect postcards from the early 1900s, and I would love to see the little correspondence, especially in a day when the handwritten correspondence is really taking a back seat to our electronic mode of communications. This is very interesting. And handwriting. My children are not really taught handwriting that much in school anymore. Where I was younger, we had drills where we had to, you know, spend a certain amount of time in learning how to write scripts. They don't really do that so much anymore. So I love to see the old way of writing. And then I just use this when I have to, you know, put things down and notes. And it's very small in comparison to a larger journal. So I love this in my smaller Vera bags. So I think I paid under $5 for this at one of the outlets. And then this one, and I think this pattern is Barcelona. If I'm wrong, let me know. This I found right before the outlet closed, and I want to say I paid like $1.29 for this, and it has this band here that keeps the whole thing closed. And this might have been called mini file or mini expanding file. I'm not really sure, but it does have this mini expandable file here, and I keep coupons in there for quick shopping. When I'm not doing a huge couponing, then I use this. It has the string where you can keep that all nice and tidy, and then it has a place for a pen, and this is part of a pen and pencil set I have. And forgive me, I don't know the offhand the pattern, but it can fit in here. You know, it has this little thing here, but I had it just like this on the outside of the folder like that, so I could grab it easily when I was shopping. But it does fit. This probably at one point may have come with a pen. I'm not certain about that. And then it has this notepad on the side, and you can see I do my food shopping list here, and I'll write down my coupons and what they cost and what it would be once the coupon is used. And these are perforated. I'm going to go ahead and rip this out because that's an old list. So you can just pull this right out. It gives you a nice clean edge up here. So I don't really like them when they're not perforated enough, and you kind of rip it and then you have left over. That kind of drives me insane. So this one is, you know, sometimes the deeper you go, you'll have an issue, but this one seems all right when you're pulling your papers out. So it's a little bit gnarly when you get down further, but it's okay. And then this is removable, so this pops out, so you can always, you know, you want to pull this out. You can, if there's a little slip pocket back there, and you could put a new little notepad in there. So I love anything that's reusable, and this is small too. If you see it in comparison to that anniversary journal, it's not that much smaller. So this is great, let's say in the Edie satchel or anything smaller, even a Claire, or I could probably undoubtedly fit this in my mini hipster. So I love things like that. Now this is another one, and I think this pattern is called Sitting in a Tree. And it's sort of like a taupey green and turquoise. It reminds me of the Partridge Family. If you know, I'm dating myself, but in the 70s, the Partridge Family kind of had these little birds, these little partridges, partridge in a pear tree, and they would come across the screen, and that's what this reminds me of. And quite frankly, that's why I was drawn to it. So this is another sort of book, and it's hard, and it has a magnetic closure over here. And this is an address book, and it has a little envelope over here where you could keep things in. I'm not really sure what, but it's there. Not knowing what this originally, how it was marketed, I'm not able to tell you what this is. And this is a flap, but I'm not going to open it because it has my full name on it. And this has your frequently called phone number. So it's a telephone book and an address book. And in the field where you can write, it says name, address, email, home phone, cell phone, work phone, fax, birthday, anniversary, favorite pattern and style. So you can write down what the person likes if they are a Vera fan. And you know, the day that, in this day and age, we keep everything in our cell phones, and it dawned on me the other day that I only know my mother's phone number and my own phone number by heart. I don't know anyone else's cell phone number because we tend to have our friends call us or text us their phone number, and then we save it in our contacts. And then I have everyone, you know, either my favorites are on speed dial, or I'll just go to the person's name, and I very rarely know their phone number. So to have an address book like this is invaluable, because when I switched from my old phone to an iPhone, I was not able to back up my contacts at all. So I had to manually write down every single one of my contacts and then type them into the iPhone, only because it just wasn't working for me. Now, having an address book like this, should I lose my phone, I do have everything on the backed up in an iCloud, I think it's called. But should that fail me, or my computer crash, or my account be hacked or whatever, I have everything in here. And I also use this for Christmas card writing. I'll put next to the person's name, I don't know if I have, I bought several of these because we have so many. They had so many at the outlets, and I paid, I do believe I paid like $1.34 for these. But I don't want to give you the people's information, but I'll have their name, their address, and their email and so forth. And then I will put a star next to it. This was the first year I used it, so I put a star next to the name once I wrote out their card. And then I'll go forward, and I will use tally marks so that I know in years who's sending me Christmas cards and who I'm sending to, and this way I don't forget, because there has been years when I get a ton of seasonal greetings and the time just gets away from me and I forget who sent what, or I don't save the envelopes. So this is an address book and telephone book, and it harkens back to an age where we were dependent on these. And I feel that we are way too dependent on our phones and electronics, and they do crash, they do fail. So I think you need a mix of the old and the new. So this makes a wonderful addition to your Vera collection if you can find any of their address books on eBay and so forth, or at thrift stores or outlets that pop up. All right, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a little peek into some of the things that aren't current items. And so it just does say Vera Bradley on the back of that. And then it says Vera Bradley Cross. And I did pick up so many of these. I must have bought, 20 of these. And they became add-on gifts to a lot of Christmas presents this year. And every secretary at school got one, the principal, just the supervisor, everyone got these, along with some people got these. Sorry. And there was another notepad that I had received a good discount on, and a lot of people received that with pens. I only bought one of these journals, but these could have easily made a nice gift as well. And they package up beautifully. And sometimes you can, I didn't get a Christmas ornament because this is an older pattern, but if I could find anything else in Sitting in a Tree, then I would go ahead and get that and add it to it. So keep your eyes out for these things, guys, even if they're an older pattern, because an older pattern is new to me if I haven't had it, and so forth and so on. If you're giving this as a gift and a person doesn't have this pattern, it's new to them. or they may be a Vera fan longer than I have and own something in these older patterns and really, really enjoy a surprise find. So keep your eyes out for these guys. Oldies but goodies, I think I'll call this video. All right, as soon as I make another purchase on the website, I will upload. Right now they're running 60 off on Lines Up and Happy Snails, and 50 off on Very Very Paisley, and one other one, which I don't have my computer up. And I'm not interested in those colors. I keep putting Happy Snails, Laura and Happy Snails in my cart, but I own 3 Lauras already, so I keep taking it out. I'm really holding out. Some of the better patterns, well, not better, but newer, are going to be retired very soon, I think around this week. And I want to see what pops up on the website. So I feel like it's a teaser, this particular sale right now. I want to wait and see what else. Oh, Lily Bell. Lily Bell's the other one they're running 50 off, which I've pretty much exhausted buying things in Lily Bell for my 7-year-old. So as soon as I see some great sales and take advantage of that, I will film some more for you. I did have some other videos that are still in my queue. They just are not uploading, so I may have to refilm some items that I got in March, which is kind of disappointing. I hate to revisit them if I've already filmed it, but I'll try again. Enjoy the weekend, guys.